first question, what motivates you to do what it is that you do? Like, what drives you?
Well, I really have a passion for helping people because so many people have a great story that just need to get the word out. You know, they're the best kept secret around. And there's nothing better than when someone says, I love to get up in the morning because your program changed my life. Does any more need to be said? You know, I had one lady who walked dogs, and this is going back about 6 years ago.
Yeah.
And, you know, people that walk dogs don't make a lot of money, but they have a passion for what they do. And this is in the very beginning before a lot of people weren't self-publishing. And I said, look, let me help you self-publish a book. And I haven't even done it before, so it was a good experiment for me.
Yeah.
And we helped her write this book. We rewrote it, and we got a really nice book out. Her name was Mustang Sally. And she is the one that told me that when she wakes up in the morning, she has a new purpose. And it really inspired me to help other people write their books and get their message out there. And one of my good friends and partner, Lauren Michaels Harris, is writing a new book called Fostering Your Message, which, you know, is advocating, you know, to helping all the people in the world get their message out there. Right. And he's a big advocate for children, you know, to help them be recognized and, you know, bring them into a better place of the world and having people, you know, overlook and take care of them so they're not abused or bullied.
So do you find with many of your clients, obviously a lot of entrepreneurs that you work with or speakers or authors, these people have a passion for what it is they do. But do you find that a lot of them don't have a clear path, system, or direction as to how they can get their message heard to the masses?
Yeah, a lot of us don't have a clear path for what we do, right? And that's really the source of you know, I don't really call it failing, but the source of frustration, right, is that you don't have that clear path. Whenever I work with somebody, I try to set up a framework, a step-by-step systematic approach is what I call it, so that people know where they are today and where they want to go. And you work yourself backwards from what do you want to achieve, and then figure out how you're going to achieve it. Right. And that goes to having a clear, concise message, you know, across all your mediums so that people understand what you're trying to do and where you're trying to go so they could go with you on that journey.
Excellent. So where does your passion come from?
You know, my passion comes from struggling. You know, I grew up inner city Chicago. You know, we had the gangs at one side, and you had, you know, being a product of the public school system, fighting every day. It's a totally different world. And, you know, when I started getting personal help from Tony Robbins and other people to inspire me, it taught me that the person that I am might not be congruent with the person I want to be, your circumstances. So if you grow up poor compared to somebody that grew up rich, yes, it is harder to get to where they're going, to get to where you want to be. And when I say rich, it doesn't have to be monetarily. It doesn't have to be material things. Rich is being a person that you love. So you want to love yourself, and you want to love yourself by helping others and giving more. So that's, to me, is a rich person. Mm-hmm. So I love to help people actually have a plan to take them where they want to be, whether it's giving more, making more, or doing more. I want to help them. And like I said, if I did it, I know anybody else could do it because I was nothing special. Matter of fact, I took third grade twice.
So when did your passion for helping people and, you know, being a coach, advisor, helping these individuals grow their business, when did that passion become crystal clear to you that is sort of that's the path that you need to journey on?
Well, really, maybe it's kind of selfish in a way, but, you know, when I started seeing results for other people and myself is really what inspired me. You know, helping people and taking their money doesn't do anything, but if you can show people a way to get results quickly that makes all the difference. That gives me more motivation to help more people every time I see people take action and implement the things that they should do quickly to start getting on the path that they want to be on. It's like a ball that's going downhill, right? It starts picking up momentum. And the more momentum I get by helping people faster, the more passion that I have to do it more and spend more hours doing it.
Right. I know, you and I are in very similar fields. We both help people achieve their desired outcomes, and we help them along their journey. And I know for myself, what drives me or what I'm passionate about is helping people succeed, helping them achieve their goals. It may not be the end goal that they're looking for, but helping them take that next step, and so that they see success in their journey on to achieving their desired outcome. And I'm quite sure it's the same for you.
It is. Well, just to clarify a little bit, the book How to Get Speaking Gigs Fast is co-authored by Lauren Michaels Harris, who was a big inspiration to do the book and get it out there. Yeah. So we'll talk a little bit about that later. More.
And Lauren had Lauren on the show yesterday, and we talked a little bit. It was mostly on. We didn't really get into the topic of speaking, but we did drop it a few times. That Lauren, I think he booked 34 speaking gigs in 6 or 7 months, something like that, paid speaking gigs. So, which was kind of the premise or a launching point for you and him working on the book and putting the course together.
Exactly. Who else is better than the person that went through this system and really took action and succeeded quickly to do a product with? Because, he was a person that had a lot of knowledge and a lot of passion and a lot of inspiration, and all he had to do is package his story. It's all about, pricing, packaging, and promotion to get your story out there. And I look at it as a person like Lauren, who wasn't even in the industry, can do it so fast that other people with their own story could do the same thing. And now we teamed up together from a marketing and knowledge standpoint to bring it all together. Just something that people can actually get speaking gigs quick, by changing their mindset and changing their life.
Yeah, and really just plugging into a proven system. I think that's one of the biggest keys, and that's something that we learn, you and I learn from all of our, the education that we take, our continuing education, investing in ourselves, is really building and putting your information into a proven system that works, so you get duplicatable results. Because that's really what it's all about. Is somebody that has a system that sees tremendous success. It's an amazing system if somebody else can just put their information in and duplicate very similar results.
Right, even if they don't like to sell.
That's right. So, Barry, who is it that you help? Just talk a little bit about some of your current and past clients, and who it is that you're focusing on helping with regards to the speaking book and the speaking program.
Well, I help authors, speakers, and entrepreneurs. So if you're not an author, I help you become an author. If you're not a speaker, I help you become a speaker. If you're not a coach, I can help you do that too. But it's an entrepreneur, anybody who wants to start their own business or bring their business to the next level, because every one of us has to speak in order to do that.
Right.
In order to speak, you have to understand the way you speak. It goes back to mindset. Right? Understanding the things that you don't know and being able to communicate that properly via, everything you do. So, for example, do you have a website, and does that website have a clear, defined message? And when you talk to people, do you have that same message? And when you do your social media posts, are you following those messages through? And then as you type emails, follow-up emails, pre- and post-sales, so you have a really congruent message. And really it's clear, concise, consistent, and persistent. And this is how I help people do it. All of us have to speak. We hate, cold calling. We never have enough leads, right? We need to connect with decision makers more. We want to position ourselves as an expert so we have that respect. And nowadays, you can build your own celebrity. All of us can do it. And it's a matter of doing one thing at a time, building a strong foundation, and growing on that foundation rather than chasing shiny objects that people are selling you. This is where everybody fails, is that they keep buying products that they can't build upon each other. To get results quickly, they think, oh, if I learn how to speak, I'm going to be a great speaker. Yes, but then what do? Oh, I'm going to learn how to build a product. I'm going to be an author. It's all about capturing leads. It's about knowing who your market is, knowing the message and the right media to broadcast that on.
And then, touching on your what you said about foundation, my latest book, the Authority Acceleration Blueprint, one of the first component of that book, which I sent you a pre-copy earlier this morning for you to go through, is really building the foundation of, when it comes to your business or your brand or, positioning yourself as the authority or the expert in your marketplace. The biggest thing you need to do is build that foundation. And that foundation really boils down to who is your ideal target market, what's their desired outcome, their pains, fears, frustrations, and ambitions, and really getting crystal clear on the language that they're using, the struggles that they have, what they're looking to overcome or what they're looking to achieve, and what do they feel are their ideal solutions. And really, once you understand that information and are very clear on that information, then you're using that information in all of your messaging and all of in your website, in your marketing material, in your emails, in your social posts, in your videos. All of that becomes the foundation of your entire business. And it's just built on that foundation, whether it be a book, whether it be a digital product, whether it be your speaking. It doesn't matter. But until you build that foundation, you're really, I attribute it to, or the analysis is you're just throwing mud on a wall, hoping something sticks, because you don't really know who you're talking to or what their challenges are. You may have the greatest product or service going, but unless you know who it is that's really going to benefit from it, then it's going to be hard to get that message out there and hard to actually generate the leads or the sales that you want to grow your business.
Yeah, exactly. I love it. And thank you for sending me the book. I'm really excited to read it. I know about your formula, which I'm totally behind. Yeah. So, and I'm sure it's going to help me help others. So with the information that's in there.
So the people that you're helping right now, what are they most afraid of? What's their biggest challenge or their biggest fear? Is it just the fear of public speaking, or is it something else that they're afraid of?
Well, there's a few things, and it goes back to not just the people I help, but all of us. We're afraid to fail. Sometimes we're afraid of success, and sometimes we're afraid just to get started. Probably three basic things that I see all the time.
Okay, can you elaborate on those?
Well, the big one is, getting started. Where do you start, right? And that's why, in our program, How to Get Speaking Gigs Fast, we start on mindset. It isn't jump in to get you a speaking gig, because we don't want people to go through that whole unknown of not knowing what they don't know and not knowing where to go or not knowing what to do next. So there's a whole process, and it really starts with mindset. The mindset is that overcoming your fear, because you're going to be learning. It's about gathering information about what you do, how you do it. We take them through a 6-step process. So by the time they're done in the first module, they already understand, what they need to do, and they'll start formulating their message. And it really is inspiring to understand what you need to do first, and stop being fearful, get over the fear, and get started doing something. And we take them through the process, nice and slow, I would say. Fast but slow, right? It's as fast as you want to go, but it gives you time to think about everything and start deciding what path you're going to take and how you're going to take that path. And once you understand it, you know, you get there faster. And that's why we call it how to get speaking gigs fast. Because you really can. When you complete the course, you'll have everything you need to get those speaking gigs, and you won't have to worry about anything else.
Very good.